Hello, hello. Good to see everyone here. So I'm in my office, and this week we have a grand round. So to make sure we keep up to date with our research, have you ever wondered why one week you hear that hormone therapy is dangerous, the next week someone say it prevents dementia, then another headline tell you to take a weight loss injection, while another says you should fast longer? Who should you believe, right? Every month, thousands of medical studies are published. Most of them never make the news. Some make headlines but are taken out of context. Others may actually change how we practice medicine. My job is to read the research, evaluate the quality of evidence, and answer one simple question: what does this actually mean for your health? So today I'm sharing the 10 most important research updates from the past month in longevity medicine. We'll cover hormones, menopause, brain health, weight loss, muscle for osteoporosis, cardiovascular disease, nutrition, exercise, and of course, preventive medicine. By the end of this video, you'll understand not only what researchers are found, but how strong the evidence is, what the limitations are, and whether it should change what you do today. So I'm Dr. Evelyn Ellis, a naturopathic physician specializing in hormone health, longevity, and preventive medicine. Welcome to this month longevity medicine grand rounds. So before we dive into the study, I want to explain how I evaluate research. And also that could be helpful for you to get the background of what do people do behind the scene. Not every study carries the same weight. A laboratory experiment, an observational study, and a randomized clinical trial all answer different questions. So for every paper, we'll discuss 5 things. What was it published? Where? What question did researchers ask? What did they actually find? And what are the strengths and limitations? How does this change clinical practice? The last question is the most important. Medicine isn't about memorizing studies, it's about helping people make better decisions. So next time when you show up in any professional office, you can also rely on this information to ask a question too. So study one, menopause and bone health. So the journal presented at ENDO 2026, the annual meeting of the Endocrine Society. Researchers looked at nearly 400 postmenopausal women to better understand whether menopausal hormone therapy was associated with bone mineral density. They found that women using hormone therapy were much less likely to have low bone density at the hip and the spine than women who were not using hormone therapy. I have many women come in to do this DEXA scan, and the spine is the hardest one to really gain that bone density back. Now, here's the important part. That was an observational study. It shows an association. It does not prove hormone therapy caused stronger bones. Why this makes physiological sense? When estrogen declines after menopause, bone remodeling accelerates. Bone breakdown begins to outpace bone formation. That one reason osteoporosis becomes much more common after menopause. For the right women, hormone therapy may help preserve bone health, but it should always be part of a broader strategy that includes resistant training, adequate protein, vitamin D, calcium from food when possible, and fall prevention. Other than that, boron, strontium, magnesium, copper, zinc, etc. Those are very important for us to really take in. Now, second studies, menopause information online. We see a lot of social medias out there, right? On JAMA, JAMA Network Open, researchers examined menopause-related internet searches over time. One striking finding was the increase in commercial content. More women are finding information designed to sell products rather than educate. Why does this matter? Patients often arrive overwhelmed by conflicting advice. Well, let's say yesterday I have one case. I don't know what to trust in the social media or the market anymore. Patient always tell me that. One website says hormones are dangerous. Another claims supplements will solve everything. So my takeaway is ask a different question. Instead of asking, Is hormone therapy good or bad? Ask, is it appropriate for me? Personalized medicine is far more useful than blanket recommendations. Some hormone replacement, like a patches, doesn't work for one woman compared to the cream for another woman or pellet therapy for another person. So it's very good to help to get the evaluation from the professional. Okay, ready for study 3? Resistant training and longevity. So the journal BMJ Medicine researcher followed more than 140,000 adults for decades. The sweet spot for resistant training was about 90 to 120 minutes each week, especially when combined with aerobic exercise. So why is muscle so important? That's a question. Muscle isn't just for lifting weights. It helps regulate blood glucose, improves insulin resistance, and reduce insulin resistance, improves insulin sensitivity, supports bone density, reduces fall risk, and produces signaling molecules called myokines that influence inflammation and brain health. If you hear about inflammation recently, that is a word from aging and inflammation come together. So my takeaway from this study is that after age 40, one of the best investments you can make in your future health is maintaining muscle. Easier said than done, right? And the goal isn't to look younger, the goal is to stay capable, to make sure when you grow older, then you will still be able to walk, to pick up your grandkid, spending time for vacation, and with your family, etc. Study number 4, GLP-1 medications. This is a big topic. This month, we also saw continued research on medications for obesity and diabetes. The results are impressive. Many patients lose substantial weight and improve blood glucose, but there's an important caution. Weight loss can include muscle loss if nutrition and exercise aren't prioritized. And my takeaway is if you are taking a GLP-1 medication, don't focus only on the scale. Protect your muscle with adequate protein and regular strength training. Measure body composition to make sure you can track the muscle mass over time, body fat reduction over time, water weight can fluctuate over time, and total body weight. And I also notice that the retatrutide has already made into more of the further research as well. So those were the good news for us to keep track of. Healthy aging depends on preserving the function, not simply reducing the body weight. Function, function, function. We want to be functional, right? Study 5, biological aging. For those folks who test for your biological age, would be very fun for you to look into. So, based on the journal Nature Aging, researchers studied proteins in the blood that may estimate biological age. The exciting part is that these markers appear responsive to lifestyle. The caution is that these tests are still evolving and are not yet standard clinical tools. So, my takeaway is don't chase every new biomarker, master the fundamentals first: sleep, movement, nutrition, stress management, and metabolic health. Aura Ring and the Aura Ring, smart ring or smart watch, anything like that can really help you track the data. Now, study number 6, brain health. One of the strongest messages from this month's research is that dementia prevention isn't about finding one medical supplement. The evidence continues to support a multi-domain approach. Protect your brain by staying physically active, pumping the blood flow, controlling blood pressure, eating a Mediterranean-style diet, anti-inflammatory diet, challenging your mind with different brain activity like lumosity, playing chess, dancing, learning different languages, adapt to different culture by traveling if you can. Maintaining social connections with community and friends, like a Blue Zone book talk about those community connection. Prioritizing sleep, treating hearing loss, managing diabetes and cholesterol. We see the theme here is about metabolic health is a very important things over time. Small actions repeated consistently have a much bigger impact than chasing a single brain booster. if you agree with me. So study number 7, blood pressure and cardiovascular prevention, osteoporosis and calcium, protein intake in older adults, emerging longevity science, including imaging, inflammation. So for this, after reviewing all of this month's research, 5 recommendations stand out. And hear me out for this one. First, build muscle. Strength training is one of the most effective longevity tools we have. If you already done that, great, congratulations. If you haven't, get into a group or motivate yourself with some accountability partner to make sure you will get ahead of your health. Second, prioritize protein and whole food to support muscle, bone, and metabolic health. And I would say prioritize metabolism or the microbiome diversity. For example, eating different 40 plus kinds of plant-based food per week to help diversify that microbiome, etc. Because new studies have shown microbiome relate to the gut-brain health, access, adrenal gland, healthy hormone detox, and also any mood changes in our life. Third, know your numbers, blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar, waist circumferences provide valuable insight into the future risk. I always appreciate when patients coming in and just give me a whole Excel sheet like this is my change over time but trend. Very helpful. And also keep track of your medical record into your own personal life as well. Fourth, if you're navigating menopause, andropause, seek individualized guidance rather than relying on fear or marketing. So there are many providers out there who really want to help you to personalize your health and help to reduce any healthcare costs in the future by helping us to take care of ourselves right now. Finally, remember that healthy aging isn't built by one supplement or one medication. It's the accumulative effect of daily habit over time. Longevity is about preserving the ability to do what you love for as long as possible, right? And that's my wish for all of you. I hope this month's Green Rounds helped you make sense of the latest research and gave you the practical steps you can apply today. Every month, I'll review the newest evidence in longevity medicine and translate it into a clear, actionable guidance for you. If you found this valuable, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next month's Grand Rounds. I would also love to hear from you. Which topic would you like me to explore in more depth? Hormone therapy, brain health, muscle and aging, GLP-1 medication, or something else? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you like a written summary of today's presentation along with additional resources, subscribe to my monthly newsletter using the link below. So thank you for spending time with me. Have a great weekend. Until next month, remember, your lifespan is influenced by genetics, but your health span is shaped by your choice every day you make.